I turned $1,000 into over 6 figures just this year trading crypto meme coins, and more importantly, I've helped hundreds of people become profitable. In this video, I'm going to condense years of my trading experience into one easy to follow guide for you to become profitable. We're going to cover exactly what tools I use, what socials you should be on. I'm even going to cover my personal strategy and the exact insider group that I use. Whether you're completely brand new to meme coins or you've played around in the markets before, you're going to want to listen up because the value I'm about to give you is absolutely priceless. So before we get into strategies, I want to talk first about setup. You guys can see right now on my screen that personally I use Axiom Pro. This is the best trading platform for you to use. They have very easy to use features like the Twitter tracker, the wallet tracker. Everything is laid out nice and simple, allowing you to enter coins quickly as well as exit coins quickly and also see everything. If you've messed around in meme coins before, you know that seconds matter. So seeing something quicker than the next person could be the difference between making profit or even just losing money. I'm going to leave a link in the description to Axiom so you guys can set your account up there. Now let's talk about how you're actually going to trade meme coins. What type of currency are you going to be using? Meme coins are typically traded on the Solana blockchain. This is the most popular blockchain when it comes to trading meme coins. So that's what we're going to be trading on. Other platforms such as BNB are also starting to get popularized going into 2026. And I will be releasing a guide on BNB. But especially if you are a beginner, you should be building up your portfolio through Solana. So in order to actually fund your trading account, what you are going to do is you're going to have to buy some Solana. Now you can do exactly this by visiting Coinbase.com if you are in the US. If you are in Canada or other regions, Kraken should work. I'll leave links to both of these in the description as well. But it's very simple. You're going to be prompted through your account setup, and what these are crypto exchanges. This is where you're going to buy crypto, and this is also where you can sell your crypto for cash and then send it into your bank account. So you can connect your debit card or your bank account. As you can see, I have a $35,000 limit because I do use Coinbase quite often. All you're going to do is switch this to Solana, enter your desired amount, and as long as you have that much money in your bank account, you can review your order and actually buy the crypto now. Once you buy your crypto, you're gonna see that you can send the crypto out, and then you're gonna have an option to select Solana and send it to your wallet address. Now, before you send any crypto anywhere, make sure that is in your Coinbase account, you have purchased it, and now you're gonna go to Phantom Wallet and you are going to download this. This is the best crypto wallet to use. It's the fastest, it's the most simple, it's compatible with every single platform. Everybody uses Phantom Wallet. So just like Coinbase, you're gonna download this, it's gonna prompt you through logins, you're gonna have your recovery phrase, make sure that you write that down, don't tell it to anybody. If you tell people your recovery phrase or your private keys, they can have access to your wallet. So definitely do not do that. Keep your passwords and everything like that safe. But when you download Phantom Wallet, you can see that you can add it to your browser, whatever browser you use. Personally, I use Chrome. So if I go up here, I have this extension that says Phantom Wallet. So for example, if I create a new wallet, all I'm going to do is open up my Phantom Wallet, and you're going to see up here, right here, you're going to click Solana, you're going to hit receive, and you're going to have your Solana wallet address there. If you don't see Solana here, you can simply just hover over your wallet's name and you can see your Solana wallet address here. So you're going to click that, it's going to copy it to your clipboard, and then you're just going to paste that wallet address into send crypto. You're going to select Solana, copy that wallet address, and then you're going to send crypto to this wallet. Now you're going to have Solana inside of this wallet, and then all you're going to do is repeat that process and send it over to your Axiom account. As you can see, same thing with Axiom. Once you hit in the top right corner here, you're going to see you have a copy primary Solana address. You're just going to click that. Now you're going to put it into your Phantom Wallet, and then you send the crypto there. So boom, now we quickly just went through how to buy crypto, how to send it to your wallet, and then how to send it to your actual trading platform. Now let's start getting into the good stuff. Let's start talking about what tools you're actually going to need to use. You're 100% going to need X or Twitter. This is where absolutely everything goes on when it comes to crypto. It's not on Instagram, it's not on TikTok, it's on Twitter. That's where you're going to see things first. What I would recommend to you guys is I'll just put my Twitter in the description. You can go to my Twitter and you can go to who I'm following and follow all of the same people. That way you'll be seeing exactly what I'm seeing, and you'll be tapped into crypto Twitter. So now that you have Twitter, it's also important that you set up your Twitter tracker. You guys can see on the left side of my screen here, I have a bunch of tweets that are coming up right now. All of the Twitters that I track are possibly going to be Twitters that have some sort of influence in the crypto markets. So, let's say for example, even right here, there are a couple of people reposting this or posting this, and it is some sort of coin about a toad. Now, this might not be a play for me to just go copy and paste into here, go find the play and just buy into it automatically. The whole point is when you see something on your Twitter alerts, we have it filtered down to all of the actual influential Twitters. All of the Twitters that we've discovered that actually matter, we get them into our Twitter alerts, and when they tweet something, it could possibly lead to a money-making opportunity. This ties into the strategy that I use, which is scalping. We're going to go over that a little later on, but you need to make sure that you have your Twitter alert. So what I'm going to do for you guys is in the description of this video, I'm going to leave some Twitters for you guys that you should be tracking, and you guys can simply actually import that into your Axiom, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So in order for you to import these Twitter accounts, basically all you're going to do is head over to the trackers tab. You're going to head to this right side right here, hit customize feed. You're going to go to import, and you're just going to copy and paste the exact text that is left on the Google Docs. And this also goes for the wallets that I'm going to tell you guys to import. I'm also going to explain the importance of tracking wallets. So in that same Google Doc, there will be a list of wallets for you guys to track that I'm just leaving for you guys. So combining your Twitter tracker and your wallet tracker is something that is very essential. As I said before, the Twitter tracker is going to show you things that are influential on meme coins. So let's say you see a bunch of tweets going out. For example, there was a coin about the Trump gold card that had came out. It was blowing up on my Twitter feed and I was seeing it absolutely everywhere. Because of this, I was able to understand what was going on. I understood who was tweeting about it. The more and more the hype kept coming in, I was seeing it more and more, which meme coins are just a virality market. The more eyes that there are somewhere, the more likely you are to be able to make profit off of something. The whole point is you want to get in before all of the eyes get there. So for example, with this Trump gold card coin, when it was tweeted by the White House initially, that was the first people it was tweeted by. Once I saw that, I had immediately started looking for the Trump gold card coins, because later on it started getting tweeted more and more, which further started pushing the narrative and pushing the market cap of these tokens. Now obviously there was a lot of Trump gold card coins coming out all at once, and that is also something I'm going to cover in this video on how to actually buy the correct one. But for now, that is how you're going to set up your Twitter trackers and Twitter alerts and kind of how it works. Now if you can combine your Twitter tracker along with your wallet tracker, it can be an absolutely unbeatable combo. I'm going to continue using the Trump gold card coin as an example. This is what your wallet tracker looks like when you pull it up here. Anytime we find a good wallet that is worth tracking, we throw it into our group and all of us have it. So I can see 311 different profitable traders and exactly what they are trading. This doesn't mean that I'm going to blindly copy trade these people. This means that I am going to use my own skills along with the fact of these people and what they're trading as further confirmation that maybe what I'm looking at could possibly be bullish. So now that you guys have an idea of what a Twitter tracker is, kind of how to use it, as well as the wallet trackers, let's start talking about how we can combine them and how we can start researching meme coins to tell if they are a good purchase. And before we hop into that, one more tool that I want to talk about is the filters as well as slippage, because a lot of beginners kind of get confused about this. So real quick, what I want you guys to do when you are setting up your Axiom trading account is go down here to your bottom left, go to your first preset. You're going to set your slippage to 25%, priority to 0.001, and bribery to the same thing. You can play around with your slippage between 25 to 30%, but anything lower, you're risking not getting filled on your trade, meaning your transaction might not go through if there is a lot of volume. Let's say you click buy, and in that time that your transaction is processing, the coin goes up or goes down 25%, it is going to stop me from buying. So obviously if you have this too low and a coin is doing a lot of volume going up and down 10%, and let's say you have your slippage at 5%, you're never going to get filled on anything that you're trying to trade. But if you have your slippage too high and you buy into a coin and all of a sudden it goes up 100%, your order is still going to be filled at that absolute peak, which could be a disaster. For your sell settings, you're going to do 40% slippage. I have 0.002 priority fee and a 0.01 bribe. You can start to increase your priority and your bribe fee as your portfolio increases, but as a beginner, this is all that you really need. As far as filters go, I wouldn't touch new pairs. You want to see absolutely everything that is coming out. When it comes to final stretch, I would just put a market cap minimum on it of 25,000. That way you aren't looking at dead coins that are just doing nothing. And the same thing with migrated coins. I like to put a $25,000 minimum so that they are not completely dead coins. That's not what I want to see. And I also put a minimum of 100 TNXs and a 100 buy. Same thing for the migrated category. I like to put $25,000 in market cap. I like to do 100 transactions and 100 number of buys. This isn't doing anything major. It's not stopping me from seeing anything that, has potential, but it's also just filtering out complete garbage. Now let's talk about how to start implementing strategy, how to start actually researching meme coins and which ones you should actually be buying. So I'm going to give you guys a direct example that I like to use when it comes to Twitter tracking, and I'm going to go to this Trump gold card coin like I was talking about before. You guys can see that this coin was sitting at a 30k market cap for honestly months. I mean, it was a little above 30k here, but it was pretty dead for a good period of time. And then like I said, once the Trump gold card was officially announced on Twitter, it received this initial spike right here up to $200,000 $20,000 in market cap. So if you were able to catch that tweet, you would see it go from 30K all the way to 200K, which is about, I believe, a 7x. Now you can see it kind of dip off here and it kind of chills for a little bit. And then as more and more hype started pouring into Twitter about this and just pouring into social media, it started skyrocketing all the way up to about 600K in market cap, leaving you room for a 20x. Now, how would you have known that this coin right here was going to do this? It is very simple. It's following the exact same strategies that I had just talked about. The first thing that happened is it was officially announced by the White House on Twitter. As soon as I saw this on my Twitter alerts, I knew this is something that could potentially be viral. People like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, high power people especially, they have a big influence over the crypto markets, and when it comes to meme coins, they tend to have a big influence over that as well. So as soon as I saw this tweet come out by the White House, I knew there was a lot of potential here. I didn't get into this specific coin, I got into another one, but this one, why did people gravitate to this coin, especially when it is 7 months old? That's a good question, and it is because this is the OG coin, and you guys need to understand that a coin being the OG coin, or the oldest one, the most original one, it matters in the meme coin community, especially when you are trading off of tweets. So earlier in the year, the Trump gold card was an idea that had got brought up. It was an idea that kind of died out, never got put into action, so that is why it was sitting at about 30K market cap for so long after its initial hype run. However, now that it was announced again on Twitter, people started to gravitate to the OG coin. That is what people do when it comes to meme coins. You can check the spelling here as well. Gold card, everything is spelled correctly. It's a picture of Donald Trump with the gold card. They even had a community for this, so everything checks out, everything looks good. As long as more hype starts pouring through Twitter, this coin is going to continue going up, especially if we have this early entry at 30K. There's no reason we should not be holding this. Now that is how you're going to start trading off of tweets, and that is how I spot a lot of my scalp plays. Now what if I want to hold something a little bit long term? How do I know what is a good, original, and unique narrative? One major thing that you can look at is coins that are creating, I guess you could say, kind of like sub narratives. As you can see right here, I made $2,000 off of this coin. Now, why did I make $2,000 off of this coin, and why did I trade it? I actually could have made much more. Even if you look on the hourly chart here, you can see my sells were very early compared to where this coin went. It ended up going up to 20 million. However, I spotted this coin at a $2 million market cap, and what made me exactly want to buy it? Now, especially with a coin like this, you are not going to see this often, but what I was noticing is that there was this one coin can change your life, which is what this coin is, and there was sub narratives being created off of it all over my Axiom. So just to get you guys an idea, I went on the Pulse page here and I was seeing a whole bunch of tokens coming out about one pill can change your life, $1 bill can change your life, drink can change your life, one something can change your life. So this coin right here was the center of it all, and I spotted it at $2 million in market cap, which was already pretty high. But the reason that I ended up hopping into this play was because I hopped in with size, meaning a large amount of money. I believe my initial investment was about $2,000 in this coin because it was at a high market cap already and there's a little less risk there. But what I was really noticing is that the hype was just not dying down for this. There was a lot of subcategory coins being created, and this coin was just the absolute center of attention. I knew I was still pretty early because I was checking the community. One of the things I was also looking for when I traded this coin was the actual Twitter. So using Axiom, you can see right here, you can just click this button and it'll bring you directly to the Twitter. You can see their community here. It was actively growing. Their followers were growing by the second. The developer was super active. As you can see, even to this day, he is posting new memes. The community is active. You guys can see the amount of people that are just shilling this coin. You also have to pay attention to the Twitter to see if the developer is actually doing things that are progressing the coin. Is the developer listening to the community, or is he doing his own thing? Is the developer inactive? Is he not posting anything? Is he not updating people who are investing into his project? To me, this coin checked all of the boxes, and honestly, I definitely sold this play pretty early. Definitely could have made around $20,000 off of this. Realistically, maybe about 10K, because you always have to remember as well, you are not going to always be selling at the peak and you're not always going to be buying at the bottom. As long as you're walking away with profit, that is the goal. As you guys can see here on my Axiom chart as well, all of these green icons are basically wallets that I track that were buying into the coin, and any of the red ones were wallets that I tracked that were selling the coin. So the fact that there was all of these wallets that I track also buying into the coin was just further conviction for me to keep holding. The community was active, the narrative was good, there was sub narratives being created off of it, and wallets that I track and traders that I trust were also buying into this token. Some other things that you might want to look out for when you are trading meme coins is go to holders, check how much percentage that people are holding. If you see somebody holding over 3.5, 4%, 5%, that is also a very risky sign. That means when they sell the coin, it can possibly have a pretty dramatic effect on price, because they own 5% of the coin. So if they sell all of their supply, that can make a pretty big red candle, and it can often be FUD, which just means people won't tend to buy into a coin that has a 4%, 5% holder, which can be bad for you even if you are in the coin, because then other people won't be buying and boosting the volume. A big thing that beginners struggle with as well is getting rug pulled, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can kind of avoid getting rug pulled. So I'm going to click on some of these coins right here and try and find something for you guys that is literally just a straight up rug pull that you should be avoiding. As you can see, charts like this are just very inorganic. You can see within the first second it was automatically boosted all the way up to from 20k market cap up to 50k straight into migration, and then it just has this very like unauthentic chart. It's just moving sideways, and anytime it goes up, it dumps. It goes up, it dumps. It's just going sideways pretty much. And that is because this developer is literally just selling on anybody who actually starts buying the coin. So people are going to start buying maybe in small amounts, and it's going to trickle up, and then the developer is just going to sell profits on them. This is basically just like a trap for dummies who just don't really know what they're buying. They see the coin going up, so they buy into it and they just lose money. Now, another example would be a token like this. I can already tell before I even clicked on this token. Yeah, if you see something like this, anything with, you know, inorganic charts, when you see this, it's just a green candle just going straight up, up, up. Somebody who's brand new to meme coins might be like, wow, this looks great. This is just only going up. The truth is, at some point, this is going to be a straight red candle, and absolutely everything is going to be sold on this token. You can also see on the bottom right here with Axiom, you can see the token info, so you can see how much percent the top 10 holders hold, how many insiders are in the coin, how many bundlers are in the coin. Another thing that helps tremendously when you are trading crypto is having some sort of alpha group or insider group that you can trade with. The group that I trade with is my group, Trench Arc. As you guys can see, everybody in here is very, very successful. Lige today did 1.9k, Sally did 1.4k. You guys can see some of the results inside of here. See if any other members were trading today. You can see Miyagi yesterday hit for $5,000 on this coin. Lige did about $74,000 in September. Jaden, within his first 2 weeks of trenching, he did $2,000 for September. Selly right here works a full-time job, and he still did 30k. As you can see, he made this pretty sick edit right here, but he ended up doing about 30k in September. PVY as well made a pretty sick edit. He did about $50,000 in September. As you can see, he put his tweet in the success channel. Even Miyagi, I believe, hit a record month in September. He earned $22,000 off creating his own coin. So I'm just showing you this so that you guys understand that getting into groups with other profitable traders can really have a big impact on how well you are doing. For example, like I showed earlier, Jaden, within his first 2 weeks, he's up $2,000 because he's surrounded by an elite group of traders, and that is going to make him an elite trader as well. Now, although this is not 100% necessary, I absolutely do recommend this to everybody who is trading crypto. Find a good group of profitable traders, apply yourself to what they are teaching you, and you will become just like them. The last thing I want to talk about mindset and risk management, especially beginners or sometimes even people who have been in the markets but maybe aren't profitable yet. They are kind of confused on how much money should they actually be using to trade, how much should they be risking per trade. Now, because I don't know your exact financial situation, I can't tell you exactly how much you should be trading with, but what I can tell you is that there are people who trade with 0.1 Solana, which is $20. There are people who trade with 0.5 Solana, which is $100. There are people who trade with 1 Solana, 2 Solana, 5 Solana. Any amount of Solana, any amount of money is okay to trade with. Now, of course, if you're trading with 0.1 Solana and you hit 100% on a trade, you're only going to make 0.2. And if you put in 1 Solana, you're going to make 1 Solana back if you hit 100%. So it can speed up the process. But as a beginner, using more money can also cause you to be more emotional, lose more money, and go down a path of just spiraling out and losing money and not really being disciplined. So in terms of risk management, what I would recommend to you as a beginner is if you have a range of numbers in your mind and you're like, I can't decide if I want to trade with $200 or $400, I would recommend that you stay on the lower end of things while you are learning. For example, if you are just now learning and you have $1,000 saved, you should be trading with 0.5 Solana instead of 2 Solana or 3 Solana, because you are still learning. You can still apply those same same concepts that you learn with a smaller amount of money, and then grow your portfolio and start adding in more money when you've learned the basics and learned the simple strategies. You can even just stare at the new pairs and stuff like that and look at trades and start to figure out what actually works and what doesn't work without even putting any money in at all. So if you're a beginner, there's no need to risk an insane amount of money. You can start with 0.5 Solana, 1 Solana, 2 Solana, whatever you feel is right for you. But what I would tell you, you don't need to start with a crazy amount of money. There are people who turned $100 into over $1 million with meme coins. Now let's just assume that you have 1 Solana inside of your portfolio. That is what makes up your whole entire trading portfolio. You have 1 Solana. You should not be throwing all of this money in on one trade just because you feel confident about it, because in the meme coin world, things can backfire on you very quickly. Instead, what you should be doing is you should be trading with 0.5 Solana, and if you lose a trade, you do not full port. You continue trading with 0.5 Solana. If you win a trade and let's say you put 0.5 Solana on the trade, you make 100%, and now you have 1.5 Solana, do not put 1 Solana back into a different trade. Just keep putting 0.5 Solana, stay disciplined, grow your portfolio. Once you're up to, let's say, 2.5 Solana in your portfolio, now you can start upping it. Let's go to 1 Solana. Let's start trading with that. Or let's start trading with 0.75 Solana. Just because you get one nice win does not mean that you should start increasing the amount of money that you are trading with and risking more of your portfolio. You need to stay disciplined with how much money are you using. You can't get too excited in these markets, and you also can't beat yourself up. If you're taking a loss, you deal with it. You step away if you find yourself getting angry. And the same thing when you make a nice play and you feel some sort of excitement and emotion. Do not let this bring you into another trade that you think you feel good about because you feel like you're on fire and you can make money, because that is going to lead to you just draining the profits that you had just made. Really, all that trading is just a game of mindset and strategies. If you can master your strategies and understand what is going on inside the markets, and you have a good mindset and good discipline when it comes to things, you will without a doubt become very successful. Now, you can have the best strategies in the entire world. You can be having the best call outs from the best people in the world. But if you are an emotional person, you are not going to be successful when you are trading meme coins. This is a true test of your discipline. And this is also why I like trading so much, because you're learning so much about financials, how to actually carry yourself, discipline, emotions. All of this stuff transfers into the real world. You need to think bigger than when you're just sitting at your screen and staring at memes. That's not what you're doing. You're managing a portfolio of money, and you have to act fast to make the right choices. And this type of stuff is going to translate into the real world, into real life, with discipline, emotions, acting fast on things, finding solutions, and everything that comes with that. These are all of the basics that I wanted to cover inside of this video. If you guys do have any questions or suggestions for other videos that I should make, please let me know in the comments below. I will be looking at all of these comments, taking everybody's words into consideration, and I will be creating more videos about how you guys can actually start meme coin trading and be profitable.